I'm Emily Hansen, and this is my persuasive speech. These are my two audience members. Charlotte Fiji was diagnosed with Dravet syndrome when she was 2.5 years old. Her parents and doctor exhausted every medical resource available to them with no improvement in her health. She eventually lost the ability to talk, walk, and eat, and began having up to 300 grand mal seizures a week. When she was 5 years old, Charlotte's doctor prescribed her with medical marijuana. They were ecstatic with the results. She now takes a dose of cannabis oil twice a day with her food. She's down to 2 to 3 seizures a month and is talking, walking, and feeding herself. Charlotte's dad said, "I want to scream it from the rooftops. I want other people, other parents, to know that this is a viable option." I have read countless stories similar to Charlotte's and done an immense amount of research on this topic and feel as if I'm qualified to speak to you about medical marijuana. Medical marijuana should be a viable option for patients who are suffering from a variety of debilitating diseases and other ailments that prohibit them from living happy, healthy lives. Today I'm going to talk to you about how medical marijuana is safe, effective, and financially beneficial. Contrary to what most people believe, marijuana is not a dangerous drug. Marijuana is listed as a Schedule I drug, which leads the public to believe that it is a dangerous, highly addictive drug with no proven medical benefit. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, a neurosurgeon and medical correspondent for CNN, said, "It doesn't have a high potential for abuse. There are very legitimate medical applications." Medical research shows that between 1997 and 2005, there were 0 deaths related to medical marijuana use compared to 10,008 deaths caused by 17 FDA-approved drugs, such as Adderall, Ritalin, and Viagra. Medical marijuana can be smoked, vaporized, eaten, or taken as a liquid extract. Some doctors are currently hesitant to prescribe marijuana because the research suggests that smoking it can be harmful for the lungs. However, when doctors prescribe it, they typically use cannabinoids, extracts, and cannabis oils to avoid these negative health effects. As doctors re-examine the research and see that medical marijuana is actually safe and sometimes the only option for patients, more and more are beginning to prescribe it to their patients to treat a variety of conditions. Despite the use of other FDA-approved drugs, some health conditions have responded best to medical marijuana. Today, medical marijuana is legal in 23 out of the 50 states, with additional states constantly jumping on the bandwagon. On May 29th of 2014, Minnesota's Governor Mark Dayton made medical marijuana a legal option. In March of 1999, a group of doctors through the Institute of Medicine released a report that suggested that marijuana's active components are effective in treating pain, nausea, vomiting, AIDS-related loss of appetite, and other symptoms, and should be tested rigorously in clinical trials. Your body already makes marijuana-like chemicals that affect pain, inflammation, and many other processes. Marijuana can sometimes help these natural chemicals work better, says Laura, a pharmacist of the University of Colorado. A 63-year-old woman diagnosed with 2 incurable diseases has dealt with pain and negative reaction to medicines her whole life. After her 20th surgery, doctors suggested doing DNA drug sensitivity testing. Her results were not surprising to her. Her body cannot metabolize nearly any medicine out there. Her doctors then suggested medical marijuana. She laughed because her whole life she's been told that she should stay away from drugs, but she tried it anyway because she was so desperate for pain relief. She took it before bed and warned her husband that just another negative reaction was on its way, but sure enough, she slept through the whole night and woke up clear-headed. She now has been a user for 6 years and even claims that her vocabulary has improved along with her mental clarity. Doctors and government officials who have not yet been persuaded to accept marijuana as a medical option could consider this from another perspective. Medical marijuana can provide huge financial benefits. New York Times reported that Oakland, California made $1.4 million in profit from medical marijuana in the dispensaries in 2011 alone. In the same year, Colorado pulled in $5 million in sales taxes. In 1996, California became one of the first states to legalize marijuana, medical marijuana. It is estimated that between $700 million and $1.3 billion worth of medical pot is being sold yearly, bringing the state sales taxes of between $58 million and $105 million. Legalizing medical marijuana can also create many job openings, according to AZ Business Magazine. Dispensaries in Arizona, California, and Washington, D.C. have created an average of 75 jobs for each open dispensary. The biggest dispensary in Oakland employs 120 people. Forbes reports that enforcing the marijuana prohibition costs taxpayers $41.8 billion annually. Medical marijuana should be a practical option for patients who are suffering from diseases. It is not dangerous like most people think it is. It is effective and it's financially beneficial. Most frightening to me is that someone dies in the United States every 19 minutes from a prescription drug overdose, mostly accidental, Gupta wrote. It's a horrifying statistic. As much as I searched, I could not find one documented case of a marijuana overdose.